Waiting for people to filter in. I got these crazy curls. How are you guys? Hey, TD. How are you, sweetie pie? Did I text you? I did. I sent you the link. Okay, good. I totally owe like so many people text messages. It's really terrible. So how are you, sweetie? Text, which just you and me right now. Oh, 5 people. All right. Welcome. Friends and darlings. Good morning. If you are in London, I purposely did this early, and I'm only going to be on for an hour because I got to play some Mario Kart with my darling daughter. So I told you guys I would try and do it live. I'm going to do another one a little bit later on. So if you want to catch it later on, that's cool. Tarot Destiny, since you were here first, I'm going to give you a vibration card. See how you're going to work with that stick person deck. Love that. So let's check it out. I feel like I should have Christmas music in the background today. All right, clear my energy field, TD. That's what you get. So clear that energy field. You know, it's crazy because I did a reading for myself today, and I very rarely. Hi Amanda. Hi Karen. I rarely do readings for myself because I second guess everything that's in them, and I'm like, I totally do that. So one of the things it said, it was like, chill out today, don't do anything. So I woke up really early. Gregopedia wasn't up, so I did like some crazy curls in my hair. I don't know, just this is not my hair. This is fake hair. It's my hair, but it's not my curls. My hair is not curly like this. So I did that, and then I was doing some laundry because I've been negligent with the laundry. And I saw this crazy. We have a lot of feral cats because we back up to woods here, and I see the cats come and go. And I looked outside and I saw way back in the yard. I saw this big fluffy thing going by, and I thought it was one of the cats because we have this big male that's kind of gray and shaggy. And I was like, oh, he looks weird. He looks really big. And as he got closer and closer, oh, it was not a cat. It was a big fox. So I looked up, what the spirit guide, if a fox shows up, I looked up what that was. And it basically said that like, if I'm working hard, I need to figure out how to work a little bit sneakier. Also it was a good omen. So I was like, okay, definitely have to do some readings for people today. So if you want a reading today, shout me out. Let's get going. Let's do some stuff. One of the things, but as we launch in, oh, and by the way, I have Cash App now. So I put it in the description. So Cash App and Venmo are Fortune Cookies Tarot. And what is it? My PayPal is Anna Von Scuttlebutt, which is mystical Miranda Von Scuttlebutt. I just realized it's still there. Hey, Mind Over Matter. How are you? So one of the things, and I think my New Year's resolution is going to be to decrease my steady diet of Harry and Meghan. I think we're all like up to here. Thank God. Gregopedia said, thank God. I think they've kind of run their course. The same thing happened. I followed when Lindsay Lohan was having her mental breakdown. And, there was a point where I felt like the energy shifted and it just kind of went and like really wasn't going to be any new information. It was just going to be recover, like S or get off the pot kind of thinking. So, but I did want to do a reading, and I was going to do a production video, but you guys know I like doing everything live. So if you didn't watch this series, which I didn't, I'm just following it through all the other YouTubers. So at one point Meghan got a text from Beyonce. Beyonce just texted me, and Harry went, oh, and like everybody's made really funny memes on them. I think that the body language guy on Twitter captioned this GIF, which is pretty funny. There was a lot of funny comments, but here's the thing, having had some experience with celebrities in LA, I know they're very private and like they don't want that kind of stuff out there. So wanted to take a look and see if it was a legit text. It just seemed like it was so contrived and you know, so produced. And also how Queen B feels about it. She's not my favorite. I'm gonna be honest, she's not my favorite. So let's start out with that. Thumbs up if you like this idea. Or if there's some other celebrity thing you want to look at, let me know. So let's see first. Was that a legit text? Did she really get that text? Hi, Jamie. Did she really get that text? Heart of the matter. She really get that text? Yes, she did. Did she get it on camera? Yes. Huh. They must have just caught it under the surface. She revealed the information. So that's what the cards say. I'm just reading what the cards say. Thanks, Mind Over Matter, for that thumbs up. And hi, Serendipity. Please make sure you go over and give this a like so more people get to see me. Really appreciate it. The best Christmas gift ever. It is Hanukkah today, too. So I'll make some latkes later. I have so many potatoes because I bought too many for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to have to make some potatoes. Hi, Shilpa. So let's see how Beyonce feels about being outed. Oh, Serendipity. I'm reading on how Beyonce felt about being outed by Megan in the series. Oh, I think she had some words for her. So Serendipity, just to let you know, I do think that text message did come through. I do think it was an opportunity that just kind of happened, that Beyonce texted while they were filming, probably on something else. Let me get these curls are crazy. I don't know if I'll do this again. They're a little wacky. So I do think that the text message was legit, even though it's a produced video. So she feels like that was a mistake, that it was a mistake to reach out. And now she kind of has to backtrack out of the situation. She doesn't want to sever the relationship, but she's going to tell them, hey, you know what? Like, could you not? So I think that is a good thing. She's definitely going to say something. I don't think that Queen Bey is a shrinking violet. And I think she's going to sort out the relationship and kind of knock it down a peg or two. I just think that's what's going to happen. She was like, like I was trying to be like cool and like bring her into that inner circle. And like, she just effed it up. She just like went full bore and just kind of blew it out there. And like, why didn't she think better of this? Like, why, let me make this bigger. I'm sorry, guys. Why didn't she think before she sent that out? Like, you know, put that out there. Like, there were 10 different opportunities she had to not broadcast my private conversation with her out there. So I don't think Queen Bey is very happy about it. How will Megan react to Queen Bey dropping down a, hey, you messed up? Gregopedia said Megan does not have a good track record with people with the name Queen. Oh, I don't know. Queen Latifah. I like Queen Latifah. So Megan's going to be like, whatever. Like, she's not my bestie anyway. And I did what I did. And like, she can be mad about it. And I'll be really sad if the relationship's over. But I did what I did. And that was best for us. She totally did it to promote herself. We all know that. That's not a secret. So there it is. Oh, Michelle White Dove. Oh, Michelle just died. Oh no. Serendipity has been telling me about Michelle White Dove. That's awful. I didn't know she just passed away. That's terrible. You know what's really strange? Like there's some weird stuff going on because I tell you guys all the time, Dick Stutfin, get his DVDs, get his DVDs. Well, one of my girlfriends, I did reading for her this morning, and we got all this past life stuff. And I told her, I said, go to dickstutfin.com and go pick up the DVD for Past Life Regression and go check it out. And I can't find the website. Like the website just takes me to like an informative website about him. So I'm kind of freaked out. Like I know there were some issues with him when his identity was stolen, but I thought they had it sorted out. So like I am so glad that I bought all those DVDs when I did. I bought like 5 of them. So so I'm gonna scroll up. All right. Shilpa. So this is what I'm gonna tell you, baby. I'm gonna do reading for you. If you would like, you can make a donation either through the Facebook Messenger or through any of the Cash Apps in my ticker down there. I have Cash App now. I have Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. So if you'd be so kind, I would love a donation. You don't have to, but I would love one. It's Christmas time and it's Hanukkah today. Yay! So will you get the promotion in current job? Let's look at that. Promotion in current job. Promotion. Doesn't look like yet. Not yet. They may give you a raise though, and I don't think you're going to like it. Well, not that you're not going to like the raise. You're going to like the raise, but I don't think you're going to like that they're going to give you a little bit of a bump in salary, but not the responsibility and title bump. So that's kind of a bummer. Let's see what's going on with love life. Let's see if you get a promotion in your love life. Maybe you will. Maybe you will. Here's your head. So here's your heart. Whoop. And then here's that shadow self. So, all right. So your head space, what we're looking at here is that the criteria that you have is a little bit unrealistic. So you need to kind of take a look at that criteria for a spouse. So you just go through like what exactly you're looking for and see if you're kind of looking for the impossible person. You may well be looking for that impossible person. So you may have to modify that. Your heart right now, definitely lonely. You're not getting what you want out of the relationship part of your life, and that's okay. Under the surface, shadow self, you feel like there's not a lot of choices out there. But I think if we go back to the beginning and you take a look at the criteria that you have, you may find that those possibilities open up a little bit more. So let's see what it's going to be like for the year. We're going to do a little shuffle. So Gregopedia, Shilpa, if this is your first time here, Gregopedia is my husband. His real name is Greg, but he knows it all. So we call him Gregopedia. He said, just because I found the perfect man, I should not discourage anyone from finding their perfect man. But he is pretty perfect. So if you revise that criteria, we have success in your head here and moving forward. So this looks good. We've got some progress and your search will end. So let's give you a vibration card and you can take this with you through your day or your evening or into the week since it's Sunday. And what can you take into the week with you? I trust my gifts. So whatever your gifts are, if it's your intellect, if it's your beauty, if it's your sense of humor, trust your gifts and make them work for you. So there we go. There we go. So now we're going to do, if nobody else, I'm going to scroll and see if we have any other requests. Thank you for letting me read for you, Shilpa. Whoops. Can I do a quick, hi, Amanda, quick reading on the Fauci files. Oh, let's see. Let's see. You know what? We're gonna use the Stickman deck. So I have a little spell on my desk today. Shelly made this for me. Shelly Creepshow. This is to make my phone ring. Let me turn this off.
It worked.
It worked. This is to raise my vibrations. This is to raise my spirituality. So it's a little spell, and I'm rolling it in my hands as part of the Charming Home stuff. I know I owe you guys like the tutorial for the Yule log, but I've got to be honest, I've had so many readings and I've been so crazy busy that I haven't been able to do one. So I will try and do it before we get to Yule. So let's see what's going on with those Fauci files. Let's see what's going on with the Fauci files. What are we going to find out in those Fauci files? Whoop, we're flipping. Not a sloppy shuffle. It's not a sloppy shuffle. So let's look first. What are we going to find out right off the bat? We're not going to find out all the information. I think they've kind of covered a lot of stuff up. Heart of the matter, what is it going to show on the gooey insides? I don't think we're going to have a lot of information. I think they really did bury a lot of stuff. Under the surface, I think we're all still going to be uneasy about it, but there's going to be a little bit of disclosure. Let's look a little bit deeper. Okay, that was just like head, heart, and shadow self. So what else? What are we going to find out from these Twitter files? Fauci. I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name on here. Oh, gee. So I don't think we're going to find out. I think I'm seeing a lab. There are going to be some leaks from it. They're not going to be able to keep the information protected. It is going to disrupt the legacy. We're going to see that there was active involvement in the production aspect. So I think that's what we're going to find out. I don't think it's going to be about as much as it's going to be about the originating place. So that's what I'm seeing, just some of the lab stuff. So I don't know if I'm allowed to say that either. Page of Swords is going to come out on the internet. Duh. And under the surface, the legacy, I think, is going to be very disrupted. Not that the legacy is great at the moment, but I don't know if you guys can see my shirt. It's weekend plans. This is one of my lounge outfits. So I think it's going to be more confirmation than additional information that's going to come out. So want to see if we're going to see anything related to time. Like if somebody has the time or is going to do the time. Am I shadowy enough, Greg? Gregopedia? I said, apparently I am. You can't even hear me. I said, was I being shadowy enough?
No.
Who's got the time? Fauci got the time? The Twitter leaks that are coming out. Mm-hmm. There's going to be some on the doctor. The doctor. Why does he sound like he's constipated to me? He sounds like I think I do it a little bit too heavy, but he just sounds like he's got some issues. And you said you don't think so? Gregopedia says he doesn't think he's going to do any kind of time.
Somebody else will burn for
Somebody's going to roll over on that one. Oh, there's going to be so many things that come out. He's going to be unhappy. He's going to be very unhappy, but he's going to throw a bunch of people under the bus. Hey, look at how cool these two cards are. You see the clouds? They go together. Whoop, clouds go together. Now, who is this lovely lady? So, you know what? This is not a lovely lady. This is somebody who is going to be legal, possibly judge, possibly an attorney, who's going to be involved in this. So that's really what we're looking at here. And they're going to be like, oh, well, nobody knew what was going on. You know, we just did what we thought was the right thing. That's going to be like the excuse du jour. So, do we see him spending any time anywhere? Absolutely not. Not spending any time anywhere. Is he going to feel bad about it? No, he doesn't care. He was just doing his job. Under the surface, I did my job. I did it. I always make him sound like not Italian. Like he doesn't sound Italian. Where is he from? Brooklyn? Raise a glass. This is a Bloody Mary, so I'm sipping it slowly. Don't drink in tarot, but I'm sipping it slowly. All right, so there he is. Anybody else going to take some heat for this? Anybody else going to take some heat for that whole big production that we saw from 2020 on? Yes, there is somebody who's going to take some heat. And it's somebody who is integral. Somebody who was functioning much more. Still not seeing any time or anything. There's that. Ah, there she is again. Who's that lady? Who's that lady? I don't know who she is. And Temperance again. King of Wands. So, So I'm wondering if they're going to go right to the top of things and if they're going to point their finger right at the person who is either in charge of the country or in charge of the program. Let's put it that way. I think we're going to see some other individuals showing up in this. So that should be pretty interesting. So any other questions about that? So yes, I think we're going to see confirmation, Amanda, of the things that we know. We may see another person show up. I think there's going to be a lady who's going to be really driving home on that. But since you asked a question, I'm going to give you a vibration card. Surprises. These are Christmas surprises, Hanukkah surprises for everybody. No, is it Festivus today too? No. When's Festivus? 23rd? Why did I think it was like the 21st? So if you're celebrating Festivus, happy Festivus. Amanda, so call back your power, okay? So this is like a really easy thing to do. So we're going to do a little Charming Homes right now. So hashtag Charming Homes. So when you do that call back your power, one of the key things is that you need to find your center and you need to actually draw that power back to you. So I always do it like in heart chakra and I let that heat up. I'm sorry, I got to fix the gals here. I always like to, do meditation, sitting, lying down, standing up at the sink, whatever you got to do. See your white light coming in, but warm that white light up, make it a little goldy, make it a little sparkly. Mine's always really sparkly because I love the 90s when there was all sparkles and all kinds of fun stuff going on. And then concentrate that in your chest. Okay. And you can make that turn into like a rosier color and just imagine that it's just magnetizing all of the power that you've kind of released. So it could be power and energy that you released while you were at work. Like maybe you poured your cup out too much when you were at work, and you just kind of really drove to the finish line, and you just were exhausted at the end of the week. It could be power that you gave out to your kids because your kids needed extra attention this week, or your spouse, or and anybody like that. Anybody, maybe your mom is driving you nuts, or maybe your dad needs you to take care of him right now, and you're kind of. And it doesn't have to be in a negative way, but it's about resources that you had to dedicate yourself to. So what you can do. That energy is still out there. Just draw it back to you. Imagine that you have this magnet in your chest, this light magnet, and you're going to bring all that power back. And the magnet and light is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's a good way to call back your power and to just kind of center and guide yourself and just, all over feel good. I love all the light work. I really do. And like, if you practice it, it works. If you, and one of the cards in here is seeing is believing. Believing is seeing. Believing is seeing. You have to believe it before it happens. So like, people that are crazy good at manifesting, they believe, they see themselves doing stuff. You really should try to do that. So, Karen, don't worry about that, honey. You are my favorite. It's okay, Karen, I'm going to give you a vibration card too. You're getting a vibration card. And like, I'm so sorry that happened right before the holiday. That stinks. I'm going to give you another one. There's no way. Oh, no way. Believing and seeing. There it is. So, you know what? This is relevant if your bank account was hacked. So, you're going to call back that power, call back your protection, bind up so that, nobody else can get in there, white light, put it around your card or around your actual card, envision that, envision your, like I always say, like when you need to do like protection rituals or like do a protection visualization, that walkway that Get Smart did. And if you're too young to know the show Get Smart, go Google it. Then he's like, dun, 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 he's walking down the hallway and it's like, boom, 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 boom. There are all these crazy doors. So envision that, they got through there once and hopefully they won't do it again. Nothing more disruptive in your life than having that happen. It really, really stinks. So I'm sorry, honey. I hope it resolves quickly. So let me see. Yeah, I serendipity. I've been through it too. We had an issue with my son's iPhone. And it was really annoying to the tune of like $800, and they just wouldn't be cool about it. So okay, let's see. Ina, how long will you stay at your temporary place? So tarot is not super terrific at telling time. It's one of the things that I'm going to be working on this year myself, and I'll be doing it in the classes when I have the class schedule set up. So those of you that want to study, we're going to have drop-in classes. It's not going to be like a tuition and you have to stay for 8 classes. I'll just have like rolling classes, and I'll post them up on my scheduling link. You can just drop in to the classes that you need. So I think it's really cool. So but timing is one of the things I really do want to work on. I like using a pendulum for it. But let's see if we get something out of the cards with my stick figure cards. And Ina, I don't think I've seen you here before. So welcome if you're new. Would love if you subscribed and hit a like on my channel. Be great. So it looks like things, there's some plan. I don't know if it's a lease or if it's a or mortgage or something that you have to get set up. A little bit more work needs to be done on that. It's going to take a little bit longer, but it'll be worth the wait. So, pentacles are typically years, but I don't think it's going to be years. I'm feeling like March or April, it's, you'll see some movement then. Nobody wants to move around the holidays. Nobody, everyone's not working and everybody's on leave and taking their vacations. So, I would just give it a little bit of time. Going into the spring, I think we're looking really good. It feels like by the summer, you're going to be settled in another place. Okay. So that looks good. And Shelly, you just showed up. Hi, Shelly. Shelly, I was just showing everybody. I have my spirituality spell that you made me, my darling. My darling. So I hope everybody's feeling better, Shelly. Thanks, Serendipity, for helping out. Yeah, it's freezing here too. It's cold up here, Deborah. So I was looking at that fox in my yard today, and I was like, his fur coat looks warm. So Tarot Destiny, let's take a look. Thank you, honey, for making a donation. I think I saw it. I think I already saw it. So what do I see coming up in the next 6 months? Expansion of your psychic gifts and your tarot pack. So that was a sloppy shuffle. Everybody grab a drink. And I just knocked all my lights out. Hang on, everybody. Holy brightness. Oh my God, it's so bright. So I just kicked my octopus and I shut everything off. So we'll have to add that. It's like not only sloppy shuffle, but they're not the warm lights. They're like super bright lights. So I hope I don't look bad. I don't have a lot of makeup on. So Tarot Destiny, let's see what's going on. 6 months, psychic gifts. How are they going to go? We're looking for... That's a slowdown. That says slow down a little bit. Oh, let me turn on my... There we go. So there's a little bit of a slowdown here. Okay. So all right. So slow down and check the resources for the work that you're doing. So I know you and I had done some study. I hope this isn't about me. We had done a class together, but it says just kind of check the path that you're going in. So I'm getting intuitively that, you should see the scope that you're coming to tarot with. So, some people, I come to tarot with a problem solving aspect. So, I try and find problems solved. If someone's having an issue, I give them a couple of different pathways out. Some people read strictly astrologically. Some people read psychologically. There's other aspects, but like the main focus of what I do is I want to find different avenues and different opportunities and possibilities for the people that I'm working with. So, that it looks like you need to drill down on how you are going to read. And, I talk about her all the time. It's one of my good friends, and she was a student of mine. And she said, I can't read professionally yet because I don't know enough about astrology. I don't know enough about alchemy. And not true. You don't have to be an expert in all of the different aspects of tarot. You don't have to know, the Thoth Tarot and the Tree of Life perfectly if you're going to read with the Rider-Waite. You can start somewhere. So don't get overwhelmed. This messaging here is like, don't get overwhelmed. Don't have too much information plugged in. It's all going to come together eventually. Okay. And deciding how you are going to read is going to be much better for you, because right now you're just spread a little bit thin, and you don't feel that confident with the best way that you read. So that's one of the things, like, you should figure out what the easiest way to read is, and then kind of go with that. It's kind of like, like if you have a job that you love and you're really good at, it doesn't feel like you're working. So like, don't overcomplicate it for yourself in the next 6 months or so. Up here, this is a time where you have to figure out your worth as well. So practice. Yes, yes, yes. But you also have to recognize what it's worth and understand that. And that's one of the things, like, tarot readers have a tendency to, and artists in general have a tendency to underestimate what their value is. And sometimes I see it with, hairdressers and things like that. They underestimate what the value of their work is. And they're like, oh, I'm just getting started. This reading tarot is a gift. It is a gift. And it's an academic study. You actually have to understand a lot about it. There's 78 cards you have to understand here. And then you have to understand how they go together. And then you have to understand how they affect people's lives. So there's a lot of information there. And some people just think, oh, you just throw some cards in there. You just read what's on the cards. It's not that simple. And some readers can't flow from one thing to the next. And sometimes you get nothing, like that's a hard lesson to learn. Like when you do a reading for somebody and they're completely blocked off and they really don't want a reading. They just want to prove that you're not psychic. And you sit down with them and you get nothing. Like the hardest thing to say is, listen, you're blocked off. I'm getting nothing from you. I'm not charging you. Don't test me. Go on your way. Go on your merry way. So some lessons that you should learn there, but knowing your value, knowing the value of this work is really, really important. And, I every now and then I get somebody who, calls me up and they're like, hey, I want to get a reading. And I do the reading and I'm like, okay, here's your invoice. And they're like, oh, I didn't know you were going to pay. You're going to make me pay for it. Well, I just spent like 2 hours with you, yeah. My close friends that I read for, I just tell them, I'll do the reading and just, tip me whatever you feel like. So, but like when I have somebody professionally who actually schedules an appointment with me, it's kind of terrible. All right. So Tarot Destiny, let's look at your psychic gifts. What do you need to focus on right now? Because psychic and tarot are different. Like tarot, anybody can do. You don't have to have those psychic impressions. You can just read the cards inductively. You don't have to read them intuitively. If you read them for a while, the intuitive stuff's going to come through, whether you like it to or not. But let's see what you have to work on with your psychic gifts. So separating from the emotion of the person that you're reading for is going to be very, very important for you. Grounding and insulating yourself from the trauma that they feel. And that's one of the things when you start to read for a lot of people, you're going to sometimes tap into like some pretty serious trauma and you're going to feel it. It's one of the reasons that I don't read true crime, because sometimes I step right into either the perpetrator or the victim, and it sticks with me. I have a hard time stepping out of it. I'm a Cancer. I feel a lot of shit. So, but separating the emotion and, taking your client through that is going to be very important for you. I would say grounding, this is me, the teacher, not me, the psychic speaking. I would say grounding is going to be super, super important for you. When I have heavy duty readings, I go right outside, the shoes come off, I stand on the ground, stand there. Doesn't matter how cold it is. Doesn't matter if there's snow out there. If it's wet, I'm standing on some stones. That's okay too. But, it's really important for me to ground. If it's really, really bad, I have to take a shower. I have to take like a really hot shower for like an hour. My husband loves that. I'm hogging up the bathroom, but, having a good understanding of other people's perspectives and their experiences through the energetic channels that we're dealing with here with tarot and psychic ability, it's good to be able to tap into that, because you can really guide somebody along. You can get them from A to B. You can help them through a horrible loss or a horrible experience, or help them, find their way out of a horrible experience. But you can't help anybody if you're not insulated and protecting yourself. It's like putting the oxygen mask on before you try and help somebody on the plane. So, insulating yourself, getting used to the emotions, getting used to acknowledging the emotions that maybe another party is experiencing or feeling, and not letting it hit you. That's going to be really key. So, another exercise, and when you do past life regression, channeled directed meditation, one of the things they say is, step back from the emotion of the person that you are in your visualization, because sometimes like you'll be a warrior on the field, you got a sword stuck through your neck, and you're laying there bubbling blood and whatnot, like that's no fun. Like you're not going to learn anything. It's not going to be an exciting illuminating past life experience. It's going to be disruptive and horrible, and it's going to stick with you for a while. So same thing when you read for people. One circumstance I learned very early on to insulate. I had a couple, this was a bazillion years ago. I had a couple that I read for, and at the same time, I don't read for people typically together either because of this. And one of the party was having an affair, and the other party was really being like mentally and physically abused by the other party. And it was very troubling because they both had very different energy profiles. And it was very upsetting because like I knew the one party did want to leave and couldn't because they were in a financial abuse situation as well. Trying to back your way out of it. I was only 18, I guess, when I did that as a babe in the woods, hot babe in the woods, but babe in the woods nonetheless. It's hard to back your way out of that sometimes. So, that kind of stuff I think is really important for you, TD, to just kind of insulate yourself. So thanks so much for your donation. Serendipity had a tornado. The hot water heat. Oh, good. You have hot water now. Okay. Yeah. Oh, 28. Yeah, it's going to be cold up here today, later on today too. Oh no, and your tropicals are outside. Get those in. You are welcome, Amanda. Anytime, my darling. And thank you so much, Tarot Destiny, for your super sticker. Flip them. So yeah, this is Shelly's little spell here. You got to shake it up, give it some energy. So like I said, that is he talks like a Jewish man. My father doesn't talk like that though. Seminar. What month? Sheesh. All right, we're gonna pull out Mr. Pendulum. See if we can get something. Oh, Mr. Pendulum, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Does this have months on it? No, we don't have months. Oh, my other one has months. I have that one. Not in the immediate vicinity. So let's do this. Warm it up. We'll just use the whatever sun sign we get. How about that? See that white light coming down? See it? See it, people? All right. What month can Semina expect a message from Harris next action? So we're getting Aquarius. So that is end of December, beginning of January. Or I guess like 21 to 21. So in the next month, you don't have long to wait. Not bad. All right. So there you go. And if you are so kind, you can drop a contribution in the box. Hi, Sarav. Welcome. If it's your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. So TD, I don't think it was HRC. I don't think it was her. I think that was a judge or a lawyer or something like that. She is slippery though. She's a creep show. Don't like her. Hey, No. Well, creep show is a good thing. Our creep shows are a good thing. We have friends. They're named the creep shows. Shelly and the creep shows. So how will 2023 go for H&M? Which deck do we want to use? Let's use stick figure deck. Actually, no. We're going to use this one. Okay, this is my itty bitty travel deck. It'll be a little bit easier to see. So, so I was saying at the beginning, I don't know if you were here, Tracy. There is something called the Grand Tableau for Lenormand cards, and you use all of the cards. It's a huge spread, and it's pretty cool. It's a big block thing. I did a tarot marathon last year on New Year's Eve. So I think I am going to do a tarot marathon with pre-recorded videos, because that way I can have some champagne while I'm going in between videos. And I think I'm going to do the Grand Tableau, but with tarot cards. So I'm probably going to do one on H. I'm probably going to do one on M. I'm probably going to do one on King Charles, William, Beyonce, Dylan Mullaney. Like I'll do everybody. And I'll just have those rolling all day long, so you guys, like, through New Year's Eve and into New Year's Day, so you guys can have some fun with that. Okay, so let's see how 2023 is going to go with them. And I am really curious. Thor Sandalwood, I want to see what his predictions are, so I'm working my way through his videos. He is an astrologer on YouTube here. I just started following him. He's super cool. Serendipity follows him too. So let's see, 2023. As of right now, how is that going to work out for him? Ooh, that's January. January, it's so nice. We're slipping on the sliding ice. Thumbs up who remembers Really Rosie or Chicken Soup with Rice. Ah, it's not looking good. Oof. So as of right now, this is what we're looking at. But I do want to say, when I got to this one, those of you that know the movie Braveheart, I heard Campbell go, "Mercy, William." So I think they're going to be asking for mercy here. Somebody's going to be asking for mercy. So January is not going to start out the way they want. This is not going to be a brave new future for them with a whole new PR campaign. Like, this is not, this series is not doing what they wanted it to do. A lot of the nonsense and untruths are going to be uncovered. So I know there's a lot of stuff going on with that guy CB. I was watching Nate the Lawyer this morning. He's got some interesting stuff on there. Of course, our favorite Trevor Colt. Yay, Trevor Colt. Trevor, you know, he's got some stuff going on with this. And it looks like, you know, there are things happening. Wally is just got reinstated on Twitter. So that's kind of interesting. Dying to see her first tweet. So, like, I don't know how long she's been gone, but I'm dying to see her first tweet. They're going to see that there's not a lot of movement. Now we have this one who comes out and does this presentation of, like, you know, I'm Lily White and super wonderful and perfect, and everybody had it all wrong. And then we've got our crash and burn. Here's our crash and burn unhappy household. So I think the PR we're going to see is going to start to focus on her individually. So I think we've got a few months of trouble behind the scenes. And then this one who's going to be like, oh, I need to come out and show myself as a strong, independent, possibly single woman. I think, I've been saying this, I do think she's going to come for him big time when it does blow up. I think she's going to throw him under all of the double-decker buses in Great Britain. So, and I think she's going to have a lot of negative things to say about him. I think that will be the end of that particular situation, but not, I think we're going to see protracted situation. And here is where we have Mercy William, say mercy. So I think this is where we go back. And so we're in July here. So in July, we go back and we say, not William's not the one who's going to say mercy. It's going to be Harry. So, and then I think there's going to be this judging situation. They're going to figure out if he can restore a role, if there's going to be a way to restore a role for him. And then he'll have some of his responsibilities and clout and whatnot taken away. The jury is still out on whether they'll take him back or not. I'm just saying, I think they're going to, as of right now, they'll have to test the waters and see see how the public would react to him returning. I guess they want to wait and see what happens here, because I guess it's going to be single girl summer again. And this is alarming. This is concerning. So this is October. This, I think, we could have it, with this lack of power and agency over his own life, I think we may see some troubles. I think Lady C said that there's some concerns about him already, about this, the stability factor. Oh, I make a good Bloody Mary. Don't drink in taro. I'm sipping it slowly, very slowly. And it's very light too. So, but it's Sunday. Come on, give me a break. Holiday week. I told my husband it's holiday week. We're going to have some fun. So I'm a little concerned about this, especially because it's flanked by the Page of Wands, who has very little agency and control over his life, very little position of power. And also the Page of Cups, who doesn't have much control over his emotions, which is going to set him on a path that is going to be rocky and a little bit of up and down here. So ultimately, it looks like I'm thinking we're going to see, real public separation before the summer starts, like May and June. This is January, February, March, April, May, June. I think we're going to start to see that. So it doesn't look great. So let's see what they can do to fix it. How about that? We'll try and see what they can do to fix it. I'm not getting that they can do anything to fix it. It's he can do something to fix it. Returning home. This is returning home, coming back after the battle, honoring those memories from days of yore, from your childhood, and giving up this quest of greed, giving up the quest of greed there, starting anew, but understanding that it's going to take some time. This is not a quick fix, for him. So I don't see that there's any solution for her so much. Really, the emphasis is on him. And I think the reason for that is because there's so much energy that's surrounding him versus her. I know we're all paying attention to both of them, but it looks like there's more supportive white light energy that's around him. And I do feel that it does emanate quite strongly from Catherine. I do see that Catherine wants to fix this. She does not want anyone to suffer. Being a mother, she really does want to mother him somewhat, mother versus smother. So she does want to get in there and take that pain away from him. And she wants to see him safe and comfortable and enjoying life and living his best life, which, most people could do that with the kind of royal family frippery that there is. So there we go. So I hope you like that, Tracy. Everybody else, any comments? Oh, thank you, Amanda. Thank you. You are the best. Hi, Gilded Girl. I saw your kittens on Insta and I die every time I see them. They're so cute. We had a cat incident at our house. So apparently one of the kittens scratched Pusheen's nose, and my daughter was very upset about it. So, and then I caught, I caught Pusheen. Lily was in the litter box, and Pusheen was staking out like right next to it. And I was like, can you not do that while she's going to the bathroom? And then when Lily came out, Pusheen slapped her. I was like, seriously? Like, you come out of the bathroom and someone slaps you? That's terrible. So thank you, Gilda girl. I know it's Sunday and I had chili for breakfast. I'm eating very poorly. I'm eating like I'm going to the electric chair. I've just kind of given up. But like I'm tag teaming tarot readings, laundry, and I have to make. I defrosted some boneless pork chops. I'm gonna make what do you call it? I'm gonna make some pork schnitzel. So schnitzel. Did I say schnitzel? To go with the potato pancakes that I'm gonna try and make later. All right. So hi, Facebook user. I have no idea who you are. So let's do this. Whoop, whoop. Put that on the side. Definitely put some selenite on that. Yikes. Some energy back in my hands. And let's go to this deck. Let's go to my circus deck. We'll come in a little bit closer. Come a little bit closer. Come a little bit closer. Shelly, sing it with me. Come a little bit closer to me. Ah! Sloppy shuffle. Everybody drink. I think I'm going to get an ugly Christmas sweater for my next live this week. When daughter is Shanvi will leave her mobile addiction and study seriously. I'm going to tell you something. We have a little situation with that in our house too. And like, because I'm a YouTuber, it's so hard for me to tell my kids, like, put the phone down and stop watching YouTube videos. But you know, it is what it is. So I when I'm done with this, I will tell you what we're doing with one of my children. So there's something else going on there. So there's a lack of other things to do that are entertaining. So it's not that, you know, the study is not important, but there's a lack of other things to do that are entertaining, that are recursive entertainment. So, you know, I always talk to people. Oh, let me see. I got one more light to put on. Wow, I'm so lit up right now. So, you know, recursive entertainment, recursive tasks are things that have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And that's one of the problems with the way that social media is right now, and these videos, because they either repeat or they go one right into the next one. So you can go like on like that rotating thing, especially if like they're watching TikTok or shorts on YouTube or shorts on Instagram or anything like that. Like they'll just keep looping and they just keep going. So I think that, you know, they're giving some other recreation that has like a beginning and a middle. And like I'm not suggesting like this is what you should do, but like needlepoint, like you do needlepoint for a little while and then you put it down. Knitting, like you knit like the sleeve to your sweater and you put it down. So kind of, and I'm sure your teenager does not want to knit or needlepoint. I'm confident that they don't want to. But finding some kind of recreation like that is critical. So if there's maybe a musical instrument or something like that, you know, maybe that's something that your daughter should be focusing on. Taking the phone away at points, you know. Sometimes when we have situations where we can't stop ourselves, sometimes we need somebody to step in and you know, slap the sandwich out of your hand. Like, that's me. I need somebody to slap the sandwich out of my hand. I love to eat, just so you guys know. I love to cook. I love to eat. Love it. So sometimes we need a little bit of support there that is supportive, not yelling and screaming. So it's like, hey, listen, we're trying to do this. Let's take that phone away from you. Okay. I'll give it back to you in an hour. You can have it back in an hour. Go take a bubble bath, like that kind of thinking. Under the surface, because of this lack here, because of the lack of like, I don't know what else to do with myself, there's kind of this dissatisfaction. So I don't think that there's a musical instrument that can be implemented. I don't think she really has an outlet that is creative and interesting and engaging that she could get into. So I think finding one is a good thing. So if she likes to draw, if she likes to paint, get a paint set. She likes to play an instrument, get a new instrument, get something simple. My son plays 15 instruments now, and he is going on 15. So he's quite gifted. And like, we just throw instruments at him all the time, and he picks them up, he plays them great. So, if your child is a musician, maybe get something simple, like a harmonica, like those are, kind of neat. And, you just get on it and you kind of make some noise and have some fun with it. So that's what I think. Now, what we've done with my daughter is I have a work play timer that I got on Amazon. Well, actually, I didn't get it. My former boss got it for me. It was really great. It's got a big button on it, and it's like a physical box. So I tried to use one on my phone, and it didn't work because I would have to go into the phone, and then I would like, oh, well, I have a text message. Oh, well, I have an alert for this. Oh, somebody has a new video, like I would get into like that whole maelstrom of the phone. So using this work play timer was much better for me. And it's a big button. Like, you really have to hit it to like shut it off, and you get 5 minutes of playtime, and then you have 30 minutes of working intently at a task. So that is working really, really well for my daughter. She's just finishing up high school. So, that's something that's working well. And she's an excellent student as well. So, it's helping her actually not study that hard. I mean, that was one of the things we had during the pandemic. Was that she was working too hard at school. We had one that didn't do any work, and we had one that was like doing too much work. So I wish you luck with that, dear. I hope that helps. So hey, Meta, I haven't seen you in a while, baby. So let me see. Will more people come into their spiritual? I feel like we need a different deck for that. Star Tarot. Let's check it out. So I love this deck, but I don't read with it online often because there's just so much that's going on in it. And trying to make a spot for it. If you guys could see, one day I'll take a picture of my workspace, and you'll be like, "Wow, look at that!" It's pretty crowded over here. Like, like this. So I am of the opinion that we have been in this opening of awareness since 2020. That like the pandemic really kind of opened up a lot of channels for a lot of people. A lot of people are like getting into esoteric stuff, tarot reading, astrology, and whatnot, becoming more aware, more psychically aware. So I think we're on a track. So let's see where we are in that kind of a cycle. And Merry Christmas too. Merry Christmas. So collectively as a planet, are we going to see more people becoming more aware? So I'm getting a weird story in my head right now. So I will tell you what's going on. Just a second. I'll get some cards first, and we'll talk about it. So the people that are screaming the loudest that they are the responsible ones, that they are the keepers of spirituality, those are not the ones that are really keyed in on spirituality. So the light that is going to come on is going to be for the unlikelies. the people that are, hardcore corporate and like logic and rational, those are the people that things are going to start to open up for. It's, the people that are, and like all I can think of about is Annette Bening in Mars Attacks, where she was like that spiritual guru. They're coming. I think her character did survive, but it's going to be a very unusual set of folks that really start to get keened in on all the psychic stuff that's going on. So, and I tell everybody this all the time. So it's, at my day job, I've been outed at my day job as a psychic, which, I do work in corporate. So it was like kind of a bolshoi secret that I was keeping. But, I got to the point where, I was like, whatever. And we're sitting at the table and, everybody knew I had a side gig, a consulting job. And one of the new guys said, well, what's your consulting job? And I said, work as a psychic on the weekend. Like the whole table went dead silent. And like, there's a lot of swivels. One of the guys said, I don't believe in any of that stuff. And I said, well, you can either believe in it or I'm the greatest salesperson that ever lived. So, I kind of made a joke about it, but I think it's those kinds of people, those kind of super dry people that are like, like, I don't believe in anything of that. Like, I don't believe like you can tap into what's going on. I don't believe you can see what's going on, control remote viewing, that kind of stuff. Those people are going to start to have these flashes of enlightenment and experiences that they can't quite explain, experiences that they can't quite logic out of. So I think we're going to see a lot of that. And I think an understanding, there are always going to be people that are extremely keyed in on it, extremely gifted, very, very astute and very accurate in some of their readings. So, and that's like one of the things, like I love when my clients call me up and they're like, oh, you got it right. Like one of my clients the other day, I did a reading for her last week and I said, she was going on a trip and I said, there's going to be some delay. Like there's going to be a delay, like your plane's going to get delayed or something. And while I was on the Zoom, I looked up the weather. I go, no, weather's not going to be bad. Weather's going to be bad after you leave. I don't know. She called me up and she was like, hey, my plane got delayed. Like you got it right. I was like, oh, good. Okay. That's great. So, like those kinds of flashes, these people are going to get, like those very little tiny ones, like, oh, I think my plane's going to be late. Oh, I shouldn't get, on this train because it's going to, have some kind of an incident. Even to the extent of like, I shouldn't go out with that girl because she's a gold digger. But so I think they're going to start to see these flashes, and I think people are going to get more keyed in on it. I tell everybody, Shelly and I started doing readings online during the pandemic. And one of the things that we found really, really surprising was that our first clients, we started out on Facebook, our first clients, like, when they book their readings, like first thing I say to them is, hey, have you ever had a reading before? Because I don't want to talk down to them if they know something. And it was like, pretty much everybody for like the first few months was like, nope, just saw it, thought I'd get a reading, but I thought it was interesting. Always wanted to get one, never did it. So, it was very interesting that we saw all those newbies kind of jumping in. So, and I think we're going to continue to see those that are enlightened. And I use that in quotes, enlightened, because we're not all enlightened. Like you just can't get there. It comes eventually, but we're usually on the other side when it comes. But I think we're going to see the people that are turned on, that they're going to bloom and blossom. And I think we'll see a lot more people cropping up on platforms like this, like on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, on Twitter. I think we're going to start to see more and more of that, which is great. It's, and one of the odd things is that I do see that the shysters are going to start to dissipate. We're going to see less and less shysters getting involved in this. That's one of the scary things about, being, being a psychic and working as a light worker. There are people out there that use this not for good, and there are people out there that don't have it and fake it. They're just really good actors. So, even for me, having done this for, 30 some odd years, every now and then I'm like, oh God, like, am I really getting that right? Like, you question it, and you have to just kind of trust that your intent is pure and good. And I think what we'll see is that there's going to be more and more people. It's going to become more commonplace. These are going to be conversations that we're going to have collectively. Like, this is kind of a real thing. I use this in my corporate job, like, I disclose that too. So, I use controlled remote viewing when I'm working, on certain projects, just to see, what's going to be the best way to go, what's going to be the most effective. So, it is stuff you can use in your everyday life. Lori Williams from Intuitive Specialist says, this is the superpower of the future. This gives you an edge on everyone else. And I think it does. So I do think we're going to see, things coming up. I think, the unusual people are the ones that are going to start presenting ability and talents. I think we're going to see less shysters out there. It's like what's his name? The Wizard of Oz before, in the black and white part, where he's like going through her bag and like looking at her stuff, and like, don't get me wrong. Like, people accuse, like, every psychic has been accused of that. I've been accused of it. Like, oh, well, you knew that about me. You looked at my Facebook. You looked at that. I don't do research. I don't have time to do research. I have 2 full-time jobs and a family. I'm not researching people before I do the reading. Like, I'm just going to jump in and like figure out what's what. So, Meta, I haven't seen you in a while. So I'm going to give you a vibration card too. And give you this one's for you, baby. This one's for you. Come home to your body. So that's it. Bring it on home, baby. Get back in your skin. I always tell people, get down to the energy, become more energetic, feel the energy, get rid of the body, get rid of the meat puppet. You're supposed to be in your meat puppet. So tuck back into that meat puppet. So let me see. Who else is here? Hi, Sunny Girl. Sunny Girl, I'm going to give you one too. Let me see. Sunny Girl. Ooh, my sexuality is sacred. No, I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like you're going to have a Sunday fun day. I'm just saying. All right, so Semina, didn't I answer this? I think I answered that. Oh, thank you. You know what? I have a different makeup on today, and it's like a Maybelline like glowy makeup, and I tend not to use glowy makeup. Like, this is like kind of like a just like a filter that I don't have anything else on. Because I have sun damage all over. Like, when you have kids, you get that mask of pregnancy. Well, I got the mask of pregnancy and it never went away. So my skin is really pale, but I have blotches all over the place. So I always have to wear makeup. It's really unfortunate. But this has like a glowy effect. So, and the lights are so bright. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's like showing my age. I'll like lean in. You guys can like see my wrinkles. But thank you, my darling. Hi, Primchi. How are you? Yes, Gilded Age Girl. We do. You know what? I don't understand why we do that. Like, it just, it just, I don't know if it's insecurity or if it's, that it comes easy to us and we're like, I can't charge somebody for this because it's easy, that was, kind of, I think, 2 sides of the equation. So, Primchi. Yeah. So, you know what? People ask me about Ouija boards all the time. Now, I, of course, because I am a child of the 70s, have had my hands on them. And we have a really, really good friend. In fact, I asked him to be the monitor for my controlled remote viewing, but we haven't done a session yet. It was over the pandemic. I asked him to do it. And I sent him the book. But he had like a situation with a Ouija board where like it did all kinds of crazy things. And then like a fire started in the kitchen and like there was some crazy shit that went on. So I don't know why that particular portal is so volatile and we can't close that circle. I'm not really sure why. I will not have one in the house. My son, when he sees, he's like, Mom, they're made by Milton Bradley. And I'm like, yeah, they're not doing that. And my son is, showing signs of precognition and being able to do some of this. I offered to teach him and he was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. It's corny. And I was like, well, you can press all the girls, and you can make some money. So, but he's quite, I'm doing it again. I promised you guys I wasn't going to bang the cards on here because it's really loud. So, yeah, I say stay away from them. Absolutely. They just seem like they just cause way more trouble than they're worth. So like with, reading tarot, every day I am casting, a protective light around the house. I do it in the morning before I get out of bed. I do cast a circle with this, with my selenite. I make sure that we have a nice protective area. And I also extend that over my neighbors' houses because I do like my neighbors. In fact, we were having cocktails with them on Friday. So, or was it Friday? I think it was Friday. So we had some fun with them on Friday. So, I do want to make sure that we, create an environment where only good gets in. Joseph Magi, those of you that are following him, he does, and I've adopted it. Whenever he consecrates a deck, when he gets a deck, he shuffles it and says, I bind and banish all unclean spirits who wish to speak through these cards. I dedicate these cards to God and his truth. And I do that with every new deck. I do. I shuffle them. I get my stank all over them and I do that. Also, there is the prayer of St. Michael that he writes down and like puts in the box with all of his cards. And I do have that in the box upstairs, the big trunk. If you guys saw the picture of Raven in her new Christmas pajamas, my trunk is in the picture. So one day we'll do a tour of that. I'll do a little tour of my tarot box. You can see the craziness. But yeah, I'm not real keen on those. So first time. Okay. Yay. Yes. Yeah. I'm like totally digging him. I actually, in the new year, I'm going to get, an astrological reading from him. I have several. I actually have, my chart that was done by, when I was 17, 18, my boyfriend at the time, his mom had bought me one and it was really, really great, but it was like literally like typed out. And I can't find it. The first thing I did when I had my kids was I had their charts done and they're in a 3-ring binder and I had mine in the front. It was in a blue little folder and it seems to be missing, but I will eventually find it. So how old is Harry? Yeah, no one knows. He's like 5. Oh, Penny's 19 degrees. Penny. Hi, Penny. I'm going to give you a vibration card. Miss Penny. Miss Penny. See if we can get you some heat down there, Penny. Up there. You're up. You're north of me, right? Yeah, I think you are. Penny. See this from a higher perspective. I don't know why we would do that. The cold. So the only thing I can say is that like maybe the cold is helping the seeds germinate. I don't know. I'm trying to find you like something good, but it looks like there's snow all over this. So, let's see what's going on. Hi, Lady of the Lake. Thank you so much. Let's see what we see for you in 2023. I'm going to get a smaller deck. I don't want to use this one. It's too big. What's that? Lady of the Lake? I think no, I don't think she's that.
Everything sword is no way. Really extreme.
Oh, is it that time? Oh, everyone, do a sad face. Gregopedia's got to go to work. Sad face. Lady of the Lake, what's happening for 2023? Da, 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 da. All right. So, you know how farmers will they'll rotate crops, but they'll go in there after like it's like a 3-time rotation. Not that I'm a farmer, like don't think I'm a farmer. It's like a 3-time crop rotation, and then they go in and they plow up all the land and they let it sit. Like it's almost like they let it go fallow for a little while. That's kind of what's going on here with you energetically. It's like you're gonna plow the field, get it like turn all that soil upside down, make it go crazy, so that it's prepared for all of this new stuff that you're going to bring in. So January, we're going to be digging up all that ground. We're going to be getting rid of all the weeds and the stuff that's in there. We're going to be chucking it out. And then you're going to start to do your magic. Now, how you're going to do your magic is you're going to start to build things with your mind and with your voice. So I don't know if you're a teacher, if you're a writer, something like that, if your work involves teaching, writing, but this is what's going to be going on. And that is going to bring us into a place of new beginnings and partnerships. And this is really heavy new beginnings and partnerships. So I don't know who this guy is. This guy, if this is a partner or work, it feels more like work. Feels like this is a business endeavor that's going to go on here. So we're going to partner up. It's going to be a great relationship, blessings all around. This is going to be a nice beginning. We're going to get in there. We're going to get things started with this guy. You're going to figure out that you both have some different plans. Okay. So we're over here in July. You're going to figure out that kind of you're on the same boat, but your destination is going to be a little bit different. And you'll be able to find more individuals that are more minded in the direction that you want to go. You're going to find more individuals that will confirm the correct direction to go. It may not be the direction that you want to go into. You may need to shift gears. So we're over here in July, August, September. By September, I think you may be kind of kicking around like, do I want to do this? I really want to do it my way. I don't like the way they're doing this. That would be a mistake. This guy, you should listen to him. You're very bright and you have good ideas, but whatever this guy is telling you, the direction that he wants this endeavor to go in is really a good idea. So I would follow his lead. Don't buck that system. Don't feel like it puts you into a position where you're less in control or you have less agency over the situation. I think this one is good counsel. He's got good experiences and he's been through it before. Also, he's going to have some good instincts. Your logic is going to override everything. You're not going to be tapped into the emotion of it and the instincts. You're not going to be feeling those pulses from the universe that are saying, hey, don't do this. Hey, this is a better way to go. You're going to let that override. If you do that, it's going to be kind of tumultuous in the fall into the winter. And it looks like you could potentially unpartner from him. And I think that would be a big mistake. I think, dial it back and just make sure that, if you have somebody who really seems like they know what they're doing, even if their idea doesn't make any sense, you may want to go with that. Okay. Because it's only step one of the idea. You got to see how that plays out. You got to see what his chess game is versus his checkers game. I think you ultimately will see perspective from another perspective. I think you'll say, oh, okay, like I should have listened to that. Or if you do exit this partnership, this cooperative partnership, you may see it succeed and then be like, oh crap, I should have listened. I should have listened to that psychic back in December. So that's what I think you got going on. So if you have any questions about that, because it's kind of interesting, send me an email. As always, my email is fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com. Yippee! So we're looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get this pop up out of there, and we're gonna scroll. You are welcome, Tracy. Back to these two. So, just so that you know, I read the other day on them, and I think that Harry's going. I think Archie may be going. I don't think that Megan's going. I do not think she's going to show up for this. And I think it's going to be not because of what she would be dealing with, but because that she doesn't have the money for the wardrobe. I think that's going to be an issue. That is a surefire way to keep her out of there. If she's got to wear crappy clothes, she's not going. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. Just said I wasn't going to do that. Tapping these cards on here is like boing. I saw my production videos. It's so loud. So let's see. Will Harry attend? Right now, that's a no. Will Megan attend? That's a no. Will Archie attend? It's a yes by himself. And will Lilibet go? Patience, patience, patience. We're not going to see her. So hang on. Just so you know, guys, I got a weird sore throat last night. So I'm hoping I'm not coming down with something. I can't come down with something. I have too many things to do this week. So I make individual beef Wellingtons for my parents and Greg's parents. We have Christmas Eve here. I can't drop the ball. Last year, one of us, I can't remember who, somebody didn't feel well. And so we canceled Christmas dinner, which is like a huge bummer. Christmas Eve dinner. And I know I'm Italian. You're not supposed to eat meat on Christmas Eve. I know, but my father loves my beef Wellington. And my father-in-law now loves my beef Wellington. Not a big fan of the mushroom, but I got him liking mushrooms. So what are the Harkles thinking about the coronation today, right now, right this minute? What are they thinking? At noon on a Sunday. I did it again. Sorry, guys. I don't know how loud that is. I apologize if it's really loud. There's no freaking way we're going. I'm not leaving my children. I don't care what they think. I'm done with that family. They can think what they want. They're assholes. And we're just going to keep playing these stories. I'm going to put stuff out on the internet. They think that we're struggling. We're not going to let them know. People are going to love us eventually when they find out everything. But in the end, they're going to be strapped, not able to do it. So that's what I get from that. So I just don't think they're going to have the money to go. I mean, that's like the reality. So I want to do something neat. So I was talking about Shallon Lester before. So Shallon Lester, if you guys aren't following her, she is phenomenal. I have loved her. She is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. She used to be an editor for Star Magazine, and she is a she consults with people. She does all sorts of stuff. I'm not even going to list it, so you can go over and check out her channel if you're not already following her. She's amazing. I actually told my teenage daughter to follow her because I think she does give really, really good advice for young women to be both empowered and also astute. Let's put it that way. Really astute. So she looks at a lot of couple things. She looks at a lot of power dynamics. She talks about the art of war. She's a pretty cool person. I'm going to gush about her. I'm totally a fangirl. So Shallon was one of the YouTubers that were targeting these two, or alleged to have been targeting these two in the show. And I saw somebody did, like a brief on the show, was doing a little thing on the little YouTube thing on the show. Then I saw Shallon. I got all excited. I was like, oh my God, Shallon's on there. So yesterday, Shallon did a response video. And, she not only said, that no one reached out to her for comment or permission or anything to use her likeness, and that it's illegal, and she will be pursuing that. So now we've got Nate, the lawyer, who's got a lawsuit with CB, and we've got Shallon, who I think is going after, I don't know if she's going after CB, I don't know if she's going after H&M, but I just love her. She is spicy AF, and her Christmas decorations are really phenomenal. So she did some really cool stuff for Christmas. So I want to see how this being put on blast is going to work out for her. I can't think that it's damaging at all. I just can't think that. So let's do a little reading for Shallon Lester. And if she sees this, I'm going to freak out. So let's take a look. I am a shalligator. That's what she calls her fans, shalligators. I love being a shalligator. So how is this situation going to work out for Shallon? I'm always hesitant to do readings for like celebrities like her that like actually like. So I'm like, oh, what if they're freaked out and they don't like readings? Oh, she'll like this one because it looks really good. So we got 10 of Pentacles. That is a good sign. And there's that breaking down the system. This is negative stuff being said, taking the power away. I mean, this is wow. And she doesn't have to do much to make this happen. So, the situation is going to work to her advantage. It's going to benefit her for sure. This is breaking up of a power structure. So like in some cases, this could be breaking up a monopoly, a conglomerate, something like that. But this is breaking up a power structure. This is really, and she said in her response video, it's so fantastic. When the video is done, I think I may even like put a link to it in the description because it's gorgeous. She goes, I'm coming at you with logic. So, she's just adorable. So, the logic is just this dissemination of the bullshit, and taking that power back. It's like popping a balloon, giving all of that. And this is by, means of doing it. Like, I am going to put this out there. I'm going to do this to you. I shot a warning shot across your bow. I told you it's coming for you. You were the one who started this fight. So, it really is going to be, I think, to her benefit. She doesn't have to do much because all of the evidence is already there. She just has to like sit back. Like she just has to hand somebody like, here's like 4 pieces of paper. Go get them. And, problem solved. She doesn't have to be a magician and manifest this. It's all there. They did it to themselves. So, I think that is going to work in Shallon's favor. So, love her. And how are the gruesome twosome going to react to Shallon's video? Because I'm sure they're watching it. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. They are running for cover. And they're gonna set their force on, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And it looks like they're gonna have to do a little bit of payout. So they're going to continue with the lie. They're going to say this is all misinformation. It's all misinterpretation, not what we meant to say. I think they're going to lean into the fact that they had someone else tell their story. This is someone else's lens. It's not necessarily ours. We never approved those 3 people on there. That was the choice of the director. I think they're going to throw somebody under the bus. So is it them that's going to have to pay, or is it going to be Netflix? Let's see if it's them. It's not them. They have nothing. Is it Netflix? Netflix, it really doesn't have very much for them. So is it just going to be an empty win? Or are they just going to have to do like an apology? Looks like we're going to get like a shady, crappy, not sincere apology. So that'll be fun. I'm going to watch. I'll have my popcorn. I got my popcorn. So, we're well into 2 hours or well into an hour and a half. I'm going to keep going. I was going to do a second one a little bit later on, but you guys are all here. So let's see. Hi, Yvonne. Just in the door. Where are you coming from? It's so late. Yvonne, how cold is it there? Yeah, Meta. Same thing. Like people are like, oh, one of my girlfriends that I read for just recently, she met somebody and she was like, it's so weird because like I was like, hey, it's good to see you again. Like and that happens. One of the weird things is that it wasn't like that with Gregopedia and I've known him my whole life, so it wasn't like I met him at some point. I remember when his mom was pregnant with him, but like I when I met my first husband, when I actually met him for the 3rd time, I walked around the tour bus. And it was like, that's a whole other story, but I walked around the tour bus and the minute I saw, because I wouldn't go out with him because he was in the music industry. And when I walked around the bus, they hoodwinked me into going on a date with him. I looked right at him and before he could say anything, I heard in my head, you're going to marry this guy. And I was like, oh, that's weird because I don't even want to go out with him. And I wound up marrying him. So that was weird. But yeah, a lot of people are doing that. So, my Shuno. Let's see. Will you and your friends make up? Let's see. And those of you that are getting readings, if you would like to make a contribution, please use either the Super Chat, Super Sticker, or any of the Cash Apps in the ticker. I got Cash App now. Cash App. All fun and games. So will you and your friends make up? Will you guys make up? Let's see. Oh, everybody's got their heels dug in on this. Not at the moment. Everybody's now. You got to keep in mind, tarot is about reading the energies of the moment. So right now, everybody has their heels dug in. Nobody wants to say they're wrong. Nobody wants to say they're right. Nobody wants to say they're sorry. So let's do. We're going to shuffle again. And somebody's wants to shout. Wants to scream and shout. We don't want that. No screaming, no shouting. So headspace. Everybody's a lot of emotions. Everybody's kind of fired up. Everybody, wants to be right. Everybody wants to be right. That's the heart. And under the surface, I would give it some more time. Mashono. It just seems like the emotions are too high and everyone's too convinced that they are right about this. So just give it a little bit more time and cruise through the holidays. That's what I think. I'm going to give you a vibration card too. Vibration card for you. My sexuality is sacred. That's one. I'm going to give you another one because that one's coming up a lot today. Apparently everyone's having Sunday fun day. And take the weight of the world off your shoulders. I think that one's more appropriate. We'll give you one more because this one wants to come out. My breath connects me to life. So if you're feeling anxious, use that breath to kind of calm yourself back down. And don't worry about it. Sometimes, and I know this is so hard because I especially me, I'm one of those people, if something goes down, I can't let it go. I'm agonizing over it. Despite being a tarot reader, I could just pull some cards and be done with it. But I really agonize over, stupid little things like disagreements with people. I yelled at my boss one day and I was not right for a week. So it's oh, that was so loud. I'm sorry, guys. So, do that, disconnect from it and just give yourself some time. Okay. I don't see it resolving just yet. We got to wait for all the emotions to kind of simmer down on that. So there we go. Oh, you know what? I'm going to give Yvonne, get up there. Bad week. People arrive from America. Well, that's always a bad week. The boiler went with freeze. Oh, next day you had a flood. Oh my gosh. And then the garage tried to scam me for you know what? One of our friends is a mechanic and I thank God every day because I know he's not jerking us around. So let's give you an energy card, sweetie pie. Abundance is a state of mind. That is a wild card. So, one of the other cards in here, and I totally want to just pull it out and stick it on I can't find it. Believing is seeing. Okay. So, this abundance of is a state of mind and the believing is seeing. So believing is seeing. You have to believe it before it's going to happen. So, if you want a puppy for Christmas, oh God, don't say this. This Greg wants a puppy. But if you want a puppy for Christmas, you got to envision that puppy for Christmas. I don't have any time to take care of another organism in my house. That's why I said no. I told him I'm agreeable to it in the spring, but believing that there's abundance there, believing that everything's going to go right is halfway to making everything right. So the believing is seeing. I really like it. So abundance is a state of mind. Believe in that abundance. Believe that everything's going to work out. Believe that those Americans are going to bring extra sweaters with them. I wish I was one of those Americans. I totally do want to come out for a visit. I still have my ex-laws up in they're up in Peterhead, Scotland. My son's father's family is from there. And my sister-in-law, who is she's Glaswegian. I adore her. Her name's Tracy. She's friggin' peach. I love her. I always have a great time with her. I do want to get over there. I know my ex is going. I think maybe in the spring. I think my son may be able to go. I don't know. I would like him to go see his grandmother, but I don't know if his schedule will allow, being the crazy musician that he is. But I do hope all of that works out. I will be sending some radiance your way. Hopefully that will work out and those Americans won't be too annoying. So you see, oh yeah, Sunny, that's right. But too often I saw more than I could handle. It's like a heart punch. So Cancer moon in the fourth house. Yeah. I like that. But I say, get back into it and just, it's a learning process. So, you have to learn to kind of insulate and like people say, ground yourself, but I always say insulate because I still want to keep that loftiness of like being connected to, greater universe and all that information. But I want to insulate myself so that I'm not like bombarded with energy. And that's, I do tell people, psychic hours, please like set hours for yourself to be psychic, because otherwise you're going to have, people grabbing your foot like my grandfather did to me when I was 10 years old and wake me up out of his sound sleep to say hi after his funeral. It's really important to kind of, do that insulation stuff without shutting down everything. I'm starting to get sore throat again. I think my Advil or Tylenol is wearing off. So, and the backdrop and Yvonne, you poor thing. I want to come out there and go hang out with you. Bring you some of my luck. Yeah. Corporate say it's doing the and while I'm here, guys, if you have questions for me, post them up. Oh wait, I come back up to serendipity. What do I see for you, my sweetie pie? Let me get out the short deck. Is that my lumberjack? If those of you haven't seen on my community page, we have Raven in her new Christmas pajamas. She actually loved them. I thought she was going to be a complete jerk putting them on, but she's like, I love these pajamas. All right, Serendip. So, some challenges at the beginning of the year. We're, going to see some changes and some things, moving forward. We can talk about that later, sweetie pie. So, by March, we're going to see moving forward in a positive fashion. Okay, so things will start to, futures will start to reveal themselves, where you're going to wind up, where you're going to be. And as we get into April's going to be very, very good. There's going to be some hesitance to moving on. And I think this is an individual in your life who may give you a little bit of a hard time. Okay. Don't worry about it. Truth is on your side. You can just proceed as needed. Sorry about that. I shoved all the cards all over the place. You can proceed as needed. And just sometimes by the time we get to July, August, September, sometimes it's okay to walk away and not have anything else to say. Like, you can walk away and go, okay, I'm done. This conversation's over. I don't need to do this anymore. Unless your name is Renee, said Gregopedia. No, Renee, I think, did walk away. I know he asked her not to walk away, but I think Renee did actually walk away. So I don't know what the rest. Now I have to listen to that song, but I make a good Bloody Mary. So I'm sorry. It is Sunday. It is the snappy peppy. It's got the snappy peppy. I like the snappy peppy. So it's okay to walk away and not get the last word and just go, I'm done. I'm done. And again, like I talked about popping the balloon before with Shallon Lester. So you can pop that balloon and just be like, I'm good. Psst, here I go. And you can walk away. It may be just break the wrist and walk away. It may be counter to your personality, and it may be counter to what you think you should do, or what others may think is the right thing to do. Don't worry about that. Worry about yourself. You're the most important thing here. Okay. So, and again, like I was talking before about gathering that energy, bringing your power back to you. This is a period where you'll be doing this. You'll be drawing all of that power back to you. All the energies that you put out there, they're still out there. They're not gone. You're just going to draw them back into your chest. Nice warm center of the universe, and you're going to magnetize all of the good stuff that comes to you. So Yvonne, that's something that you should do too. You should be trying to get that bring the white light down, let it center in your chest, and kind of bring all of the good stuff to you, bring all of your power back to you, and all some more white light, more positivity back to you. I'm spitting all over the place. It's not because of the Bloody Mary. It's because I don't have my Invisalign in. So you may have a situation again with this character who may start to cause some drama when we get to next year, like November. And it's going to be about money. I'm sorry. It's going to be about money. It's going to be really stupid, beating a dead horse kind of argument with you. Just let it go. Okay. You don't have to sweat it. You don't have to worry about it. This is, somebody who, and I believe it's a male who just wants to give you, a hard time and try and get something for nothing. So, just be steadfast, and just try and deal with it the best you can. So, I hope that's okay, honey. You have my number. You can text me. Some people have my number here. So there we go. So I think I got some other stuff. All right. So let's go. Oh, serendipity. Oh, I think I think you repeated Lady of the Lake question, but I gave you a reading. So, the Estee Lauder Double Wear. You know what? Like I actually have been like digging deep into Maybelline. I know it's not like the best product, but Maybelline has actually been serving me like super, super well. Yeah, Estee Lauder Double Wear. I'll have to try it. I'll give it a shot. I don't have like a lot of wrinkles. I do have some, but I have more of the hyperpigmentation. That's my issue. So like I need like caked on makeup, unfortunately, unless I want to go get laser treatments. But my dermatologist was like, let's do some laser. We'll have some fun with that. And I was like, oh, great. Okay. How much is it? And it was like $750 a treatment. I was like, how many do I need? And he was like, I don't know, like 6. I was like, oh, yeah, forget it. We're not doing that. All right, so I'm going. I'm not sure what that is. Sunny girl, send me an email. You can text me. I am way behind in the chat. Sorry. I'm here by myself. Well, I'm not. Gregopedia is here. Oh, Sunny Girl said, have a great day, Greg.
Thank you.
He said, thank you. Serendipity said, bye, Greg. He's still here. Oh, he'll be leaving in a moment. Sunny Girl, woo! Good for you. Texas Iguana. No, it is not for ladies only. So Texas Iguana, welcome. So I guess it's your first time. Let's do this. You ever have a reading before? God, I like want to bring you on camera. Let me see. We have any questions? So this is, yeah, like we're going to do like, so Texas iguana, this is what I'm going to do for you. First of all, love Texas. Love iguanas. Well, I like iguanas. I don't love iguanas. But I will do like a 12-month for you. So it's your first time here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It's my Christmas, Hanukkah, Festivus gift to you. So is it for ladies only? Hell no. You're the only man in the room. Enjoy. We're all going to be staring at you. Well, actually, Gregopedia is here, but he's going to work. So. All right. Texas iguana. What do we get for you for the year? So you got to tell me if I get this right, because I know nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing. Sloppy shuffle. Oh, Texas iguana. Anytime I do a sloppy shuffle, you got to take a drink. Doesn't matter if you have a beer, tea, water, tequila. Let's see what we got for the next year for you. Okay, so this is what we got. So we're going to go month by month, January through December. Okay, so January looks like you're going to be closing up some business, perhaps with an individual, possibly a partner or a partnership. It looks like you're going to be kind of disillusioned with it. It just doesn't seem like it's working out. And you're going to head off, but it looks like you're going to head off not into the same kind of relationship. So if this is a work relationship, if this is a work partnership, there was too much emotion in it and not enough intellect, not enough thinking, not enough practicality, not enough logic involved in it. So, and if I'm getting this right, you gotta say it in the comments. Okay. You got to let me know if I'm getting it right. Cause sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I'm not. So, are you off? Gregopedia? No. So it looks like as we go into February, you're going to restructure what that situation was. You're going to kind of think about it and you're going to figure out a way not to get into that situation. So if this is a romantic relationship, maybe you're going to look more from a perspective of looking rationally at the relationship, looking at, the reality of it and maybe not just the emotion and like, how cute that person was, or how much fun you have with that person. You're going to look a little bit deeper. You're going to look a little bit harder for a path to a sustained and long-term relationship. Okay. What's that? Oh, okay. Well, this would have taken 10 minutes. Bye. Have a good day. I'll talk to you in a bit. So, Texas iguana, that was Gregopedia. That's my husband. He is a scientist that doesn't really believe in all this, but he likes it. He hangs out, and he's my fact checker. So, he was not fact checking. He was just going to work. So, so you're going to be looking at the nature of this particular relationship a little bit closer, and you're going to be creating checklists so that you don't do the same thing. You don't want to go backwards into this situation. You don't want to be foolhardy about future relationships like this or future endeavors like this. So one of the things is that, this moon card, the moon card's a little bit spooky when we get it in tarot. We're into April here. So April, we're going to see some things coming out of the woodwork. And we talked a little bit earlier before you got on about these great awakenings. Like a lot of people are having psychic awakenings, they're having intuitive blasts that are hitting them. I think you're going to start to have some intuitive blasts. Pay attention to those. It's not I tell I do something called CRV. I took a course with intuitive specialist Lori Williams. It's part she was trained by Lynn Buchanan, who was part of the psychic spy stuff that we did in the US government in the 60s. The movie The Men Who Stare at Goats is based on that program. And it really is a superpower that anybody can do. Anybody can be psychic. Some people are more naturally psychic. Some of us embrace it as it comes upon us. And some of us get freaked out. My mother does have some ability and she's very, very freaked out by it. And she doesn't really acknowledge it. Even though I tell her all the time, she should acknowledge it a little bit more. My son is starting to develop some abilities and we're trying to get him to embrace that. But he's a teenager and he's busy with other stuff. So he's not worried about, flipping cards for people on YouTube or in private. So I think you're going to start to have some more intuitive information that's coming in, and you should definitely pay attention to that. Don't tinker around with it by yourself. Do a little bit of research, just tap into some of the, there's lots of forums that you can tap into, YouTube, Facebook, wherever. There's lots of information coming out. More and more people are becoming more tuned into this. If you are in business, it is something that you can use to your benefit. Instinct is a great thing. When there's a coyote sitting in the bush, the back of your hair, the hair on your neck goes up, that kind of thing. You meet somebody who's total shady person and your stomach kind of flips over. That's your energetic psychic intuition manifesting in your body. It's kind of giving you a nudge. We're all built out of energy and we're living in these meat puppets. I always talk about the meat puppet. Sometimes the meat puppet gets activated by the energetic self so that you pay attention and do the right thing or, protect yourself. So, when people say, oh, it's the animal instinct, it's really not, it's the energetic instinct. So, don't go foolhardy into this, don't be reckless with it. Really utilize it. It's going to help you with these kinds of relationships. And it may be this relationship that's closing up, that's opening the door for you to start to learn this. So, the next year there's going to be some doors opening for you, I think. And I think that's going to be pretty cool. But I think you're going to use it in a much more practical way. You're not going to be like on YouTube, like me, like a crazy person, and reading cards for friends out of the back of your car and things. I have a regular job too. Like this isn't the only thing I do. I'm not like in the back of a station wagon reading cards, but this is any psychic skill is something that you can apply to your everyday life. So, definitely do a little research. I talk about all kinds of different stuff on here all the time. So, if you'd like subscribe, you can pay attention. I do lives like a couple times a week. Friday nights, I do a live on alternating weeks with Alicia Wicker. We do like pop culture stuff and like celebrity gossip. So that's another fun one. It's like a tarot happy hour that we do. So you're going to start to see some different perspectives. You're going to be a little freaked out by it because like your accuracy is going to be really good. I don't know what sign you are, but it feels like you do have a lot of intuition here that's kind of bubbling to the surface and maybe you've been denying it for a while. Don't get freaked out. This is something that, like I said, everybody can do it. You will eventually learn to kind of wrangle it in and have a better control over it. But it's almost like you're going to be like, hey, look at what I can do. You're going to be kind of like having a good time with it by the time we get into like September, November, October. Just keep at it. The whole purpose of this door opening for you is to help you understand these. And I'm 50-50 saying that this is a work relationship, like a work partnership or like a partnership. I can't quite get a handle on it. Let me pull another card and just see. It's King of Cups. Is that a work relationship or is that you? I'm not sure. Let's pull another one. Okay. So that I think this kind of tells me it's a romantic relationship. So I'm going to tell you this, if it's done, it's done. So, if it's not working out, it's not working out. what can I say? That's all there is to it. Yeah, overall for the year, like what's your overall going to be? Overall, you're going to be wrangling with a little bit of this under the surface. You're going to be wrestling with it. You're going to have some things to sort out this year mentally. Don't worry about it. This is a transition year. You're going to be leveling up in this year. So it's really pretty cool. So I hope that made sense. I don't know. I don't have any questions from you. So I'm going to look at the comments now. Let's see if I nailed anything on there. Texas iguana, you are a Texas rose. How about that? So, yeah, I love Texas. I love Fort Worth. Almost moved to Fort Worth at one point in my life. And my husband retires in a few years, and Texas is one of the places we're thinking about going. So I'd like to be a Texas, but I'm from New Jersey, so like I don't know if you guys will have me there. I think I have to like fill out an application and be like, "Can you let me in?" Some states don't want us because they think that we're all crazy people, and they think we're all like the Sopranos, but we're not. So, it's your first time. It's your first time. So that's great. That's great. Yeah. So, stick around, subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of fun. You can always unsubscribe. You don't have to stay. Marianne Von Trapp. Hi, it's your first time too? Well, how'd you do? So, Marianne, let's do this. Actually, I'm going to give you a different deck, baby doll. Welcome. I got all these new people here. See, you know what? Sunday's like a great day to get new subscribers on. I think everybody's just like kind of chilling out and like hanging out. Like I was this morning, like drinking 40 cups of tea in my bed and not getting up to do laundry. I have so much laundry. So January 1st, I have 100 accounts that for my day job that I need to attend to. I have over 200 accounts for the month of January. It's my biggest month of the year. And we're finishing up Q4. I work in corporate, work in insurance. I'll put it out there. I work in insurance. And I don't get to enjoy the holidays. I don't, this is a full-time job. My other job is a full-time job. And then I have kids, and I've got an adorable husband. We have 3 cats, 1 dog. You can all see my dog in the, my dog Raven Chrysanthemum in my community tab. I put a picture of her in her pajamas, her Christmas pajamas. She got a lot of Christmas presents this year, that dog. So, laundry was the thing that I stopped doing. And we have a laundry basket in our bedroom, but like it just was piled up. It's in the corner. And like the laundry was literally over my head. I'm only 5'2", but it was like 6 feet high. And Gregopedia was like, I don't have any shirts. And I was like, really? You guys said you see me drowning. You can't help it. He goes, well, that's the best way to learn how to swim. So as you can see, we have a great relationship. So it's all right, Marianne. Let's do. I'll do 12 months for you, but I'm gonna do them with the Housewives Tarot. This is a cute deck. You're gonna like this. Just I felt like you needed the Housewives Tarot. So all right, let's do this real quick. 2, 3. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And let's go. 1, 2, 3. Woo, a lot of pentacles here, baby doll. So pentacles are all about the money. Money. I'm going to pull down your question too in a second so you can see, because that's why I use the shorty deck with the other one. So here, let's pull this down. Boom, boom. So, Marianne Von Trapp, and you can see my name is Mystical Miranda Von Scuttlebutt. My name's really Anna. So we were playing around with the names the other day, and Miranda Von Scuttlebutt. I write fiction, and I write under the name Miranda Von Scuttlebutt. I have a few pieces on Smashwords, so you can go see them if you want. But we were just having some fun with some names the other day, my girlfriend Alicia and I. So so we're gonna go month by month. So January, I want you to look back on the things that you've done and the things that have been good for you financially and the things that haven't worked for you financially, because it seems like there's a little bit of off kilter for the finances. So what you want to do is just kind of go back and do an inventory and say what worked, what didn't work. Where should I be moving my money? How should I be spending my money? That kind of stuff. So if you do this, and I always say, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, but bring in a professional. I bring in professionals all the time, and like consider it outsourcing. Like you're not, it's not that you can't do it. It's not that you don't know how to do it. It's that somebody else does it all day long. So, I'm not going to ask my accountant to read tarot cards for me because I have friends that do it all day long. My accountant does my accounting. I think that will be very illuminating for you, and it's going to relieve you. This 10 of Swords, when we have 10 of Swords in the upright, it's, you're just kind of beaten down and you're mentally exhausted. But when it goes into the reverse, we're getting relief from that. We're starting to get back to where we need to go. It'll be a little bit tricky by June to get a restart. Now, just so that you know, I do a lot of readings on the economy. I'm very keen on the economy just because I do work in corporate and banking and insurance during the day. And it's really important for me to know that. I use a lot of my gifts in my daily work. The economy, all the readings that I do about the economy is that we're not really going to see any relief until like springtime. Now, tarot, we read the energies that are at hand right now. So, I can't tell the future. The future is not infallible. There are certain tentpole events that, are markers that we're supposed to have in our life. But for the most part, there's free will. There's that whole butterfly effect. You do one thing. You can marry one dude and you were supposed to marry the other dude. And your life would have gone one way if you marry one dude. It would have gone the other way if you marry the other dude. So, the readings that I'm doing on the economy are all saying that, we have to wait until the spring. We have to see how things shake out in the spring. So this kind of, you can go into like a reorganization and replanning through the spring, and then we get here to June. So it's going to be a little bit hard to get started. So I don't know if we need to get a different way of bringing more revenue into the house or bringing more money into your house. This looks like what you have been doing hasn't been working. It's really been, and I hate when people say, work harder, not smarter. Like that, if you say that to me, I want to smack you right in the face. I hate that phrase because sometimes it's not about working smarter. Sometimes it's, I have too much stupid work and I can't keep my head above water. And that's why I'm not getting anything done. And I'm not getting these opportunities where I can make more money. So it looks like what you're doing is not exactly working and it's exhausting you. There's a work-life balance that needs to be corrected here as well. This income versus output. So it's the equity of return on investment of your effort. This needs to be addressed as we get into the summer. So sort out those finances, the planning part in the spring. And then when we get to the summer, that's going to be figuring out different ways to get more revenue into the house and to get more money into your pocket. And I think then we're going to start to see some success. So things will go very quickly over the summer. The 8 of Wands is about speed and travel and information coming in. So we're going to see some things start to develop and go very, very quickly there. So I want you to pay attention when we get to August, okay? August, I want you to be prepared for that. All of your preparation for the whole year is going to be for August because August is going to knock your socks off, okay? Then we have this 3 of Pentacles, possibly cutting yourself out of a working situation and getting into something else. It looks like you're not thrilled with it anyway. So, whatever was working is not working any longer for you. So the Chariot, moving forward, this is about moving on and getting into a better position and doing things that are better, that will better serve you. And then we have that 8 of Cups again, that's moving on, getting into something that's serving you better and doing better by you. And the Magician, you're going to be leveraging the skills that you have. So one of the things that I tell people all the time is like, I love reading tarot. I'm really good at it and I really love it. This doesn't feel like work. I could do this all day long. My husband, Gregopedia, drives him nuts because like I like popping on and doing lives. I like, like I have clients that like text message me and they're like, hey, I know your schedule says you're blocked out, but do you have time for a reading? I'm like, sure. Like I'm finish up dinner and I'll get on and I'll do a reading for you. Sometimes it's the things that we're really good at and the things that we really enjoy that are going to make us the most money. And it's part of the energy that we put into it. So if you like crafting, when you're sitting there and doing your craft, you're putting your energy into it. My husband's also an artist and he does, he plays Warhammer 40K. I don't know if you guys know what that is. 40,000. It's a like an adventure game, but you actually create the character pieces, and he's got all these sets and obstacles, and he makes these little tree things. Like, hang on, because I'll grab one, and you guys are going to be. I'll show you one of the little tree sets. So he'll probably be so mad. But these he creates from scratch. Like there are little tiny pieces. I can't get like a good, there we go. There are little tiny pieces that you put together and you paint them. They come gray and they all have different skills and different abilities. And then he creates these things out of nothing. So like he gets the little trees and he makes these little obstacles, and we have like huge castles on the other side. So this is something that he really loves, and he's retiring very shortly in the next few years. And I told him, I said, you should just go into that. There are a lot of people that do commissions for 40K. And he's like, nah, I'm not that good at it. I'm like, you are really good at it. And I looked at some of the commissions and I think you could do it. But again, like, Gilded Age Girl, and we were talking about it just earlier, sometimes people, when they have a project, an artwork or a craft that they can do, they don't really believe that it's, something that they can charge money for because they enjoy it so much. So I think that you, Marianne, are going to get into a situation where you find something that you already do that you really love, that's going to be more lucrative for you. So, and you'll be happier and better off financially as a result. So, just my opinion. I hope that makes sense. That being said, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, or Happy, what is it? Festivus. So, yeah. So Tracy is shifting back to Shallon. So you saw it too. Shallon Lester. Yeah, I think she does have the receipts. I think she has receipts. So, I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think what she's doing is going to be pretty cool. Thanks, Serendipity. I gotcha. Oh, Yvonne, 13 Celsius last night. Holy moly. Oh, you have people on your Airbnb coming for Christmas. I want to go to Edinburgh for Christmas. I want to go to Edinburgh. So one of the things, Alicia and I, we have this awesome subscriber that threw out the idea of doing a meet and greet. And I talked to a couple of travel agents about it, about like putting together a package. And so I think our first time, Alicia was waiting until we didn't have to wear, the diaper on our face to get on the plane. I think we're there. I think we're there now. So we were going to do something like in an island or something, someplace warm first, but we'll definitely like hook it up for Scotland at some point. I know my husband wants to go to Scotland too. Yeah, chicken soup. I've got chicken soup from the Italian shop up in the refrigerator. So so it's the Bloody Mary. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Oh, Serendipity, you didn't have to do that. Oh, Yvonne, thank you. Hi, Ben Ramos. Your new name too. Jennifer, just donation. That's fine. So, listen, serendipity, don't worry about that January and February, you know? Sometimes we have changed, you know? So, and I got Jennifer here. Thank you, Jennifer. What's your question, Jennifer? Oh, okay. And there's Jennifer in all caps. Thank you. I don't have my glasses on either. I don't know if you guys are noticing that. Like, I'm like, ah. All right. So which deck are we going to use? Which deck are we going to use? You know what? We're going to go for the big one. Let's go for the big one. This one. I love this deck. It's a big boy. Big boy. No, Jennifer, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he's pretty steadfast. But I will tell you this: never trust a psychic on this. Okay, like you should always do your own research and make sure that you're not thinking about stuff that because there are some people out there that be like, oh yes, dear, he's a dog. I don't think he is. Okay, so I want you to look. Like this is a glass half full, half empty kind of situation. I want you to always look at what's going on with him. Is it a good situation? Are you having a good time together? Is he doing the things that, our paramour should? Is he, still paying attention to you? Is he, putting in the effort? Do you get flowers on Friday? Like that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. Not every guy gives flowers on Friday. But I don't think he has enough time to be running around. I think if he's telling you that he's busy, if he's telling you that he's got work to do, I think that's legit. This just doesn't seem like, he's stepping out. But I will tell you this, sometimes when we think somebody is stepping out, if we think that long enough, sometimes they do that. That's like manifesting, a negative situation for ourselves. It's really, sometimes we can psych ourselves out. I actually did that when I was in high school. I had a really nice guy, and I psyched myself. Well, actually, it wasn't high school. It was like after high school, but I had a really nice guy, and I was just like, oh my God, like he's going to cheat on me. And because I was insecure and stupid. And, the reality was he was like legit busy. Sometimes people are legit busy, especially this time around a year that, there's a lot of stuff going on. We're going to pull one more card just to get some confirmation on this. And in tarot, some cards are yeses, some cards are nos. So let's see if Jennifer W's guy is stepping out. Stepping out. No, I don't think so. The Knight of Cups in reverse is a player, but when we get Knight of Cups in reverse, that can be a no. Okay, so I'm just not intuitively getting that he is a player. So what do you need to know, Miss Jennifer? We're going to do a little bit more, baby. A little bit more. Oh, okay. You want to know if he's still involved with somebody from his past, too. So is he still involved with someone from his past? Let's see. No, I think that's a split. Okay. I think still cordial, but he walked from that situation. He doesn't want to deal with it. That situation, I think, and here we go. This is more intuitive than it is just on the cards. That situation was really volatile. There was a lot of up and down, a lot of drama. Feels like the other partner in that situation was really dramatic, like really dramatic. Like, oh my God. Like, I just like, she needed a lot of attention. And when she wasn't getting it, she would generate all this negative attention. Like, it's just really a lot of work. So he's looking more for a relationship that is not a lot of work like that. So don't make this one a lot of work. So, you know, if he's true blue and he's doing the things, like honor him, like doing the things. And the Jersey accent just came out, guys. It's always like 2 hours and 25 minutes. The Jersey accent shows up. So my Bloody Mary, my poor little Bloody Mary here halfway down is very weak and very watered down because the ice all melted. But, you know, the moon is about our intuition, and it's about our darker intuition. This is about like kind of, you know, again, like creating that negative manifestation where you're like, "Mah," you know, you know, can I generate this? You know, don't make him walk with all this negativity, because it's going to be a repeat situation of the last one. So have honest conversations with him. I think he's a pretty decent guy. Let's get where let me shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. So his head, there he is. High priestess, high-minded, high morality. His heart, he's happy. He's happy. He's at home. This is our home card. And then his shadow self is, you know what? He's got some weird emotions. I think scar tissue from the last relationship. So, you know, you gotta be gentle with them. Sometimes when they have that past bad relationship, they get like an inkling of it and they like want to run from the next one. So just be careful with him. So, and we're gonna pull 3 for you too, sweetie pie. I think it's your first time here too, Jennifer. Stepping out. Thumbs up if you like. Oh, what did I order? I just got a confirmation of something. Apparently I ordered something. Thumbs up if you like Joe Jackson. Sorry about the alerts I'm getting. I try and shut them off. I don't know why they come through. So what does Jennifer need to know? What does Jennifer need to know to move forward? I'm going to give you a vibration card too. Head. Don't be reckless, okay? Don't grab on to yeah, you know, like Scottish people say, and Yvonne's here, so she'll back me up on this. Don't make something out of nothing. So don't make something out of nothing. You know, really, you know, don't proceed recklessly. Don't activate emotionally. Okay. So, because, you know, in your heart, there's this self-doubt and questioning, like, you know, I've told a bunch of people today, like, you have to let your emotions take over, like, stop being so logical. You need to be a little bit more logical. So, you know, use that logical mind a little bit more. And here's your shadow self down here. So this is your head, this is your heart, this is your shadow self. Shadow self needs that balance. You need to create the balance in there. Temperance is all about balance. It's about having that emotion and having the logic. Now, one of the things, like Gregopedia and I, like, he is the logical guy, and I am like the crazy creative one. So, well, no, he's creative too. I shouldn't say that. Crazy emotional one. So, Gregopedia tells everybody I'm always at a 5, and out of a scale from 1 to 10, and they're like, "What are you at, Anna?" And I'm like, I go anywhere from like -84 to like 553. So, you know, like being at that nice balanced, you know, level 5 is probably really good, even though, you know, people that are very volatile and emotional make your life very interesting. I'm the youngest of 4, and I tell my father all the time, I'm your most interesting child. But let your logic kick in. Okay. So, you know, you see lipstick on the collar. I don't know if that's still a thing, but lipstick on the collar. Yeah. Now we got some evidence. We got some stuff to talk about. You see actual text messages. Yeah. Now we got something to talk about. But if you're just like kind of feeling that, you know, maybe he's stepping out, I don't think he is. I think he's busy. I think he's really happy with you. And I think, you know, you just need to kind of lock down on that. So I want to give you a vibration card too. And everybody having fun in the comments? We're having fun here. On a Sunday afternoon. I'm going to play Mario Kart with my daughter shortly. We're going to go race. She doesn't like it. I make her do it. So vibration, I call my power back. This seems to be the theme of the day. Everybody's calling their power back today. So call your power back, Jennifer. Call that rational, logical power back. All right. So we're going to be wrapping it up soon, guys. Ooh, you live near Fort Worth in South Lake. Most interesting. I hit some nails on the head. I will chew on the others and study them. Thank you, Texas Iguana. Super glad to have you here. So, Sumera, if you asked your question, I'm going to see it. Last time I was in Dallas, it was 110. But it's a dry heat, Penny. Don't visit June through September. Yeah, but if I live, I'm going to move there. I want to move there. Aries Rainbow Child. Hello, my darling. All right. Aries Rainbow Child. We already did the net. You know what? I think my New Year's resolution is going to be not to talk about those two anymore because they are just absolutely ridiculous. I'm going through the comments, guys. So, I'm looking. See, I see serendipity. Everybody's talking about high crime. So what our fun times here in New Jersey is we've got people coming down from North State, and they're stealing catalytic converters. So I'm like, I absolutely welcome you to try and take my catalytic converter. I got a dog who's unhappy, and she doesn't take any nonsense. And I haven't been to the range in a while, so I could possibly use the practice. So, Sarah, you're having fun? Good. I'm glad everybody's having fun. Thanks, Sunny girl. Thank you. Aries Rainbow Child. I'm gonna bring back the little deck. Where's my little deck? It's all the way over here, beyond my reach. I need longer arms. So let's see messages. So we'll do like a 12-month thing for you. I love the 12-month reading. I think, and one of the things I always disclaimer when I do this for other people, like if they book an appointment and they're like, hey, well, like my whole year. I always tell them, like, everything can change as we go through the year. So, if you make decisions, again, that free will kicks in. So one of the things I'm going to do is last year I was doing the 12-month zodiac readings for celebrities. And I want to go look at Queen Elizabeth's that I did last year on my New Year's Tarathon. So I want to see what I said, because I can't remember when I said she was going to pass away. But I'm just curious as to how I was doing on that one. So, Sunny girl, your dog is so stupid cute. That little face there, I can't with it. It's so cute. And I say stupid, delicious, stupid, cute. Like, that's like my highest praise. So, all right, Aries, Rainbow Child. And I did it again. I keep banging these cards on the table. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. So thoughtless. We got Alicia's sneaky snacker here, guys. Oh, wait. Here. I can do the... Oh, I didn't load it on mine. Oh, I'm such a dummy. I didn't load the sneaky snacker video on there. I'm going to do a sloppy shuffle video, too. So we'll have, like, sloppy shuffle video. Again, for you new people, every time I sloppy shuffle, you got to take a drink. Whatever you're drinking. It doesn't have to be alcohol. Can be tea, can be water, can be liquid collagen. I don't know, whatever your thing is. So, all right, Aries Rainbow Child. So we got to regain some balance here. Okay. So there's, you know, for the month of January, this is about, you know, keeping things in check, like making sure that you're not putting too much energy out, not replenishing enough. And I feel like this is like an energetic thing. Like this is like a personal self-care kind of thing. You need to be a little bit careful about that because it looks like you're kind of struggling to do that. And what it's going to do is it's going to bring you to this point where you're like, oh, I really miss like being carefree and like not having anything in charge. And you're going to wind up dropping everything. And you're going to say, I'm just going to take myself out of the equation and I'm just going to sit back on my laurels and wait for somebody else to pick up my slack. You know, and I don't think that that's like, you know, you being like shirking your responsibility, but I think like this is like an exhaustion thing. Like you're just like, you're tapped out. Like this is a burned out kind of thing for the first 3 months of the year. But what's going to happen is there's going to be bad stuff that bubbles up from that. So we may have some recovery time here, April, May, and you'll be like, oh, I can't believe I let all that stuff, like the laundry that I was just talking about that was over 5 feet high in my bedroom. I didn't do laundry for you know the last couple of weeks, and I just had a ridiculous amount of laundry in my bedroom, and I'm doing it today. I'm doing it step by step. I will get it done. It didn't get like that in a day. It's not going to get done in a day. So I'm also decluttering the house and taking stuff to the charity shop around the corner. Hopefully I'll get like a really nice tax thing. So don't beat yourself up about that. Ordinarily you are in this caretaker mode and you do take care of all this stuff in your house. So, and I like when I say in your house, I mean, in your like purview, like all of your stuff, like your work, your kids, your endeavors, everything. Like you're usually pretty organized. So every now and then we get burnt out and we drop the ball. It's totally fine. You'll be able to pick it back up. Not a big deal. You know, some of this is sorting out some emotions, some regaining a grasp on that, again, balance of work and life. You know, there will be some exposure. You do need to ask for some help, but there's help that's available. It seems like the younger individuals are going to be more in tune with your plight. And I don't mean it's like plight, like it's terrible, but more in tune with like you needing help and being like, oh, hey, you know, we got to get in there and we got to assist. There's an older person in here who's going to be like, well, why do I have to help? That's all your responsibility, and not really helping. That's going to disappoint you, but don't let it disappoint you too much. That person, that's just their nature. And you know, there are people that are going to be cantankerous. There are people that aren't going to help. And then there's going to be people that do help. And we've got a troll. We've got a troll in the dungeon. There's a troll on Facebook telling everyone, I can feel your energy. Hit me up for a reading. I hate those Facebook trolls, and I don't have the patience to deal with them right now. So, there's going to be people that will help you. There's people that'll fight. There's people that will help. Know the difference between the two. So there's that old Irish saying that says, God grant me the serenity to comprehend the things that I can change and the strength to understand the things that I cannot. So, you know, this really is a situation of knowing like the people that can help you and the people that can't help you, or the people that won't help you. So, you know, there is help available, but there's also going to be some resistance from some people. So I hope that helped, sweetie pie. All in all, I think it's going to be a good year of you sorting out what works and getting better pacing. Okay. So getting better pacing in there. Let's give you a vibration card too. I think we'll do a vibration card for you. I love Psychic Sundays. I am fulfilled by love. So this is a good one, okay, to know about, because like we are fulfilled by love, but that doesn't mean that it has to be external. It doesn't mean that we have to find somebody that loves us and adores us, and that's what's going to be fulfilling. It's the act of love. It is the emotion of love. And I'm not so sure about these curls. They look crazy. It's that emotion of love. It's the experience of love. And I always tell my kids, I'm like, love is not something you just magically feel. Some people we magically connect with, and it's like, oh my God, you're like you're my person. You're the person that I was looking for. But love is an action. So when we're in relationships, it's that act of love. It is I don't mean like the, bow chicken, wow, wow act of love, but it's the effort that you put forth, that commitment to love. So when we're talking about being fulfilled by love, that is the act of giving it, the act of receiving it, the generation of it. We can love ourselves. Like that is, the first thing that, and I've been very bad about teaching my kids about that. Like I heap praise on my children, but I've never really taught them that they need to have that for themselves. That, and I, like, again, that's like a really tricky thing to teach, like, hey, you have to love yourself. Like, especially when you're a teenager and you're like going through all that angst and like, you have acne and you're just like, oh, look at me. I mean, my kids are beautiful, but so, I think it's, being fulfilled by love is being fulfilled by that essence of love and that energy of love and having that there for you. So I do think that works very, very well. So I just want to check on one thing, because I did get a PayPal and I want to make sure I don't leave anybody off here. So stick with me. Stick with me. I just want to see if somebody had a question. Okay, that was Yvonne. Thank you, Yvonne. And then I just want to see if we had anything else. I think that is it. I'll check Miranda Von Scuttlebutt. Ooh, looks like Hay House is still having a sale. Oh no, their sale ended last night. Sorry about that. So with that, I think Ben Ramos, you still here? Because I know you're getting hit up by Reed Marrow. I don't even know who Reed Marrow is. Let's do Ben Ramos. You're still here. Yippee. All right, let me do a reading for you, honey. So I don't feel like this deck wants to read for you. I feel like the big super deluxe Thoth Tarot Star Tarot wants to read for you. So we'll pull a few cards for you. Did you have a question? Or you just want to go general? See what you need to know. Perfect. There we go. Ooh, let's talk about money. Let's talk about the woman who's trying to take some money from you. All right. So, all right, listen, Ben. So we've got your little nest egg here. Okay. So I don't know if you're dating somebody. Hopefully she's not sitting and listening. So here's your little nest egg. Okay. This is the money that you have. This could be your house. This could just be, your safe bachelor pad, sanctuary. So we've got that is all set up and nice and solid and you know, looking good. And then we have this lovely lady who is a little bit argumentative, and who pretty much like she's got some tastes. She wants some stuff. She wants some things. She wants heavy duty Christmas presents. She wants to go out to eat. She wants a nice purse. She wants shoes. She wants all kinds of stuff. So her perspective, okay, is that there's like, you know, even if the pot gets emptied, you can always go out and get some more. She doesn't care. She just wants the things. She wants the things. That's how she feels love, is like by getting the things, by getting all the stuff. Tell me if I'm getting this right, Ben. So, and you adore her. You adore her. Now, if you continue on this path, you're going to get stuck in a situation that's not going to be comfortable. Okay. So I want you to keep that in mind. You know, you're thinking like, I could just work. I could just make this work. I can always go out and make more money, but eventually you're going to want to retire. Right. So you want to have some of that nest egg there. You don't want to dip into the nest egg. Okay. You are a hard worker. You do bring the money in. I get it, but you want to save that money too. You don't want to let that money come in and go right out the door. Nobody needs 3 Louis purses. I'm just saying, nobody needs that. You know, and don't get me wrong, like I'm a Coach girl. So actually I'm Judy and Burke and Coach girl. But you know, and there's something to be said about having a fine piece of handbag or a fine wallet or a fine pair of shoes. You know, buying quality versus quantity. Really, I'm a quality versus quantity kind of gal. And I do think that it's really important, but this is somebody who only understands love through material things. So you just got to be careful, because you're going to set a pace that may be a little bit unsustainable for you. So I want you to keep that in mind. Okay. But other than that, what's your year going to be like? Let's take a look at what your year is going to be like. We'll do head, heart, and shadow self. And you are a lover there, Ben. You are a lover. Don't let anybody take that from you, okay? I don't want you to dim that light. There's your head. You're a worker bee, man. And your heart is you think you can do it all. I like that. I like that. And then underneath the surface, we got that 7 of Swords. So, you know, this is an opportunity for you to have some self-awareness, okay? Like, dude, you're going to get tired eventually. You're going to burn yourself out. Don't do that. You're going to get physically tired. There's a physical tiredness that's going to come on you. And I'm not jinxing you. Like, I don't want you to think that. But, you know, your head's in the right spot. You're doing all the right things. Just don't let all that hard work go out the door. Don't let all those ducats go out the door. Okay. So, I think that's a good message for you. That's a pretty strong message. Don't get mad. Don't get mad, man. I'm just reading cards. I'm just reading the cards, man. So, well, this was fun, guys. This was a lot of fun. I hope everybody had a great time. I had a great time. This was fun. How'd I do, Ben? Are you still there? Ben, I hope you're not on the phone breaking up with your girlfriend. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for hanging out. I had a great time. I am going to go race some cars now and beat my daughter mercilessly at Mario Kart. Oh, it's very good. Okay. Ben, yay. Okay. So there's Ben. There's Ben. Very good. Good. Ben, let me give you an energy card too. This is a vibration card. Vibration card. We'll get some vibration cards for everybody. Raise your hand if you want a vibration card. I'm not going anywhere yet. Actually, I am, but whoever wants a vibration card, I will give you one. Just raise your hand. Ben, come home to your body. So body in this sense is sometimes your physical things like your money, your home, those kinds of things. Come home. come home to it. So just pay attention to that. And Nikki, I got one for you, baby doll. Shift your perspective. Oh my God, it looks like shit. Like, wait, get it up there. Shift. It's not shit your perspective. It's shift your perspective. So shift your perspective. So, you may want to be like that hangman. You may want to turn upside down in your Bodhi tree and see what's going on the other side. Okay. Like maybe something you're missing. Deborah, I'm throwing one for you, sweetie pie. Oh, and again, believing is seeing. This is like my favorite card. I kind of want to pull it out of the deck and stick it in my little card holder. Believing is seeing. That's manifesting. That's believing something is going to come true and seeing it happen in front of you. So who else is still here? You know what? We'll do one for Reed Marrow because he's trying to steal all my friends here. Reed Marrow, your mind is an altar to source energy. We'll read for the trolls. So here, I'll tell you guys a funny insurance story. So once upon a time, I was working as a producer at a national, well-known named insurance company. And I made a bet with the guy who owned the agency. We wanted to find out what other solicitors and other salespeople for other companies were doing. It's like, oh, I'll call up from my cell phone. I'll get a quote from somebody. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. I go, I bet you I'll get a quote from him. He goes, what? I said, yeah, I'll see if I can give him a quote. So he was like, no way, you're not doing that. So I get on the phone, I'm talking to the guy, and then, he gives me my quote. I had like one car. It was like really easy, like renter's insurance. I was still in a rental then. And, I told him, I was like, yeah, like I got a full disclosure, I work for such and such insurance company, and like I have my insurance through them, and I have a really good rate, and, like nobody can beat it. Like I check out every now and then. I was like, I bet, who are you with? And he was like, oh, I'm with this company. And I was like, oh, you're not with the company you work for. He was like, no. They couldn't give me a good rate. And I was like, why don't we see if I can give you a good rate? And sure enough, I got him a quote. I didn't bind it, but I did get him a quote. That was kind of the whole fun of it. So, I'm getting it spot on. Oh, Ben, tell her she can't have the Louis. She cannot have the Louis. Yeah, third Louis is ridiculous. I don't know what she's asking for, but it feels like a purse. It feels like a really expensive purse. So, all right, everybody. Well, I am going to go race some cars. I'm going to go make my kid cry because I'm going to beat her. No, not beat her. I'm going to beat her at Mario Kart. I do have a racing team that I'm going to see if those guys are racing. It's an international racing team on Mario Kart. But thank you all for being here. This was super fun. I'm so glad we could do this and we could all get together. So everybody have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday dinner. I will talk to you all soon. I'm going to try and do a live either Monday or Wednesday. I have to see how the week goes. We've got cookie orders that we have to deliver as a fundraiser for one of the kids. So I'm not sure where that's going to fall into my schedule. And I got to get ready for Christmas Eve. So, oh, Ben, good man. Keep doing that, man. Keep doing that. My husband was single and had no kids. And then we got married 6 years ago. And now he has like a full family and a ton of pets. So, being single is probably a good thing. I don't know. Greg Petey is not going anywhere. I told him yesterday. I said, you're not going anywhere. So not that he even suggested it, but so I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. All the first timers. I'm going to go back to my weekend plans of playing video games and having fun. So if any of you want your own reading, description down below, you can book your own private reading with me. I also still have gift cards. So if you want, you can go on there. You can get e-gift cards if you still have to buy gifts for anybody. You can buy them in different increments. You don't have to buy a whole reading for somebody. You can buy part of a reading for them and just send them my way. So I hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.